So y'all, this smell, I cannot stand it any longer. I've been smelling it for about 2 weeks at the job now. When I got home, I started smelling things in my collection and I put my finger on it. But once I found out what that note was, I said, you know what? I kind of want to wear it more now. So without further ado, what's going on my frag heads and said heads? The champ is here and I'm about to tell you what's fragging. So today we're gonna do a weekly rotation, which again, I've been smelling this note everywhere for the last couple weeks now, and it's been driving me nuts. I cannot stand it. However, I think it'll work better on me, and a few of these fragrances that I have contain the note. Now, what I'm doing today is a little something different. I chose to rock with a unisex fragrance, which is Amber Oud by Haramain. I chose a female fragrance, or mist I should say, which is Amber Romance by Victoria's Secret. And then I have the male fragrance, which is Armani Code Absolu Gold. Now, yes, the theme for this week is going to be amber, and when I tell you guys I've been smelling it everywhere, I start sounding like one of the YouTube fragrance reviewers, right, where they're like, oh, that scent is extra common, everybody smells like that, that's generic, that's safe, blah 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 blah. Yeah, that's what you guys sound like. But anyways, yeah, so once I pinpointed what that note was, I said, yo, a couple of the fragrances that I own, I really like it. And then my girl said that her favorite fragrance is this Amber Romance. So I said, you know what, since this is her favorite and these two are up there, I would say top 15 out of my collection that I really enjoy, I said, you know what, let's just go ahead and get it out the way and just wear them for the week. So first things first, let's start with the unisex fragrance, and then we'll go ahead and branch off into the others. So that is going to be no other than Haramain's Amber Oud, and it is the gold edition. Now, I bought this fragrance based on Cubanos on his reference, and he said, you know, his wife loved it and so forth. I really didn't know what to expect. I read a couple reviews, I got it, and off top it is really sweet. But let me go ahead and show you the presentation like I do with all of them. You know the deal: presentation, longevity, projection, and occasion, right? You know the drill. So like I said, I read a couple reviews on it, I got it anyways, and when I first got it and I sprayed it on, I said, this smells like a woman. Like, it smells feminine to me. It's really sweet. Also, my girl said the same thing. She was like, you know what, that smells really sweet, as we were comparing the three fragrances before we started doing the video. So yeah, this is a really sweet fragrance. I'm gonna read the notes in here to you guys, and then of course I'm gonna tell you what it smells like to me. So in the top notes here, they have rosemary, bergamot, cedar, lemon, spices. Oh, I'm sorry. So top notes: rosemary, bergamot, cedar, lemon. Middle notes: spices, cedar, gaiac wood. And then the base notes are going to have resins, amber, and musk. So I'm going to be honest with you guys, I don't smell anything from the top notes at all. Maybe cedar. It is a bit woody after a while. Now, we'll get into the projection and longevity later, but it is a bit woody. I can kind of pick up on the resins and the spices, but I think I only pick up on the resins and the spices because most fragrances that are like oud based or amber heavy is going to have spices. It is going to have the resins in there. It's going to have a little bit of musk, right? It makes it kind of real pungent and strong for fall and winter, so it can cut through the cold air. Also hints to the color of the juice. You know, you have that amber color here, as you guys see. But yeah, if you're gonna smell it from the atomizer, you're automatically gonna get hit with amber and something very sweet. Like, I really can't put my finger on it what makes it sweet. Now, it is a bit musky, and I think that's where we get into the projection of it. I think with the musk, and I also think with the resins and the rosemary, it just makes this thing boom. Like, it fills up a room quickly. Now, like, again, I don't know where the sweetness comes from, but I tell you guys, it is very sweet. I don't want to say it's the bergamot and the lemon, because I have a couple fragrances that have that listed, and it's more of a citrus, sweet, spicy type or medicinal type scent. So it's not that. So I don't know where the sweet comes from, but it is really, really sweet. So again, back to the projection and longevity. So with the projection, it does fill up an entire room. I would definitely go light on this thing because, again, unless you want everybody in the room to smell you, you're going to be smelled. I would go 3 sprays, honestly, behind each ear, back of the neck, and you're good. Like I said, this was designed for the winter, so it's meant to, you know, cut through cold air. It's meant to seep through layers of clothing and things of that nature. So you don't want to spray too much of this. And it is very, very sick. I would say very, very sweet to where it's almost like a sickening sweet. Like if you spray too much of this, you're going to have a headache and people are going to complain. The projection, the longevity, y'all, when I say 8 to 12 hours easily, I mean easily. This thing does not go away. Once you spray it, it is there forever. Off top, like I said, it is very, very sweet, and you're going to get that sweetness to the entire fragrance. Towards the end, though, you are going to get a bit of that woody, that woody scent that's in here. Like I said, when it comes to the longevity of it, it's going to last all day. Now, just keep in mind, it is a unisex fragrance. So unless, you know, you're very masculine and you don't like smelling like a woman or unisex in a way, it's going to bother you. It's going to annoy you because it is going to last all day. I mean, and it's powerful. This thing does not go away. It stays in your nose. Even when you smell the atomizer, it gets in like your nose hair and it just stays there, y'all. So it's a very powerful scent. I cannot wait to wear it. I'm not going to wear this to work. The occasions I would wear this, though, I would say, honestly, a night out, you know, a night out on the town. I wouldn't specifically say a date night. Like if I'm going out with Bae, I'm not going to wear it because it's going to fill up a room. Now, if it is one of those occasions, like if you're dating someone or you're going out somewhere and you do want to catch attention, definitely wear this. You are going to get some compliments from it. Like I said, it is unisex, so I think you're not going to get like, ooh, you smell great, but you're going to get a lot of, ooh, what are you wearing? I think a woman is going to be more intrigued with this fragrance more than a male. I think a male is going to smell this and he's going to say, it's all right, you know, or he's going to say something like, I want my woman to wear this. So yeah, with that being said, y'all, that's Haramain Amber Oud Gold Edition. So since we got done with the unisex fragrance, let's just go ahead and get right into the female fragrance, right? The Victoria's Secret lovers out there. We're going to hit you with the Amber Romance. So I'll be totally honest with you guys. I haven't worn this before. I don't know what's in here, but I'm going to tell you what's in here. And when I tell you I smell this every single morning, I smell this every single morning. So I have a good nose and I have a okay relationship with it, I guess you could say. I smell it on all her clothes. I smell it in the room. And of course, you know, it's a fragrance mist, so it doesn't last long. We'll get into the longevity and everything like that. So when you spray this thing, she sprays it a lot. So with that being said, the notes in here is vanilla, or I'm getting tongue tied here. The notes in here is vanilla, amber, sweet notes. So I've never seen that just listed as sweet notes, and it looks like they have like either jelly beans or like gummy bears or something in there, right? Milk, sugar, cherries, sandalwood, aloe vera, and chamomile, right? Or chamomile, however you want to pronounce it. So I tell you off top, I don't get all of those notes in here. To me, you're gonna get more so of the, here, let's get a whiff right now. Okay, so you're gonna get a heavy kick of the chamomile. I do, at least. I have a lotion, and it's by Vino, I believe, or yeah, I think Vino, but it's a chamomile or chamomile, however, whatever. Y'all know what I'm saying. And it smells just like this, like it's heavy on that. And I think that's why she likes this, actually, y'all, because so we had about like 5 bottles of that lotion, and I had one just for me, and I remember I walked out of the bathroom. I'm like, where's my chamomile lotion, right? And I walked in the bedroom, and she has like 2 sitting on her side of the bed, and 1 was mine. And I think all the other bottles are gone. So I think that's what she really, really likes about this fragrance, and she just doesn't know that. Huh, that's interesting. You can get a bit of the aloe vera. It is very medicinal. Like, it doesn't smell like medicine, but if you ever placed aloe vera on a wound, you know what I'm talking about. You get that taste in your mouth. It's weird how you put it on a body part and it ends up in your mouth, right? But it's happened to me several times. You do get that medicinal smell, and I think that replaces musk. So I would assume that maybe another fragrance like this has a musk in it, and they just replace the musk with the aloe vera, and the aloe vera kind of gives it that kick. It's the, like I said, the room filler, right? Where you're like, oh, okay, that's what I smell. The sandalwood, the cherry, the milk, the sugar, I don't get that at all. Now, the amber and the vanilla, definitely. And if you read the back of this, it says sugar kisses chasing sunsets. So they do have sugar listed as a note. I just don't get the sugar. I get more of the sugar in the Coco Chanel fragrance, but of course this is a body mist or a fragrance mist, you know, and that's a perfume. But I get more of the sugar in those type of fragrances. This not really, but I do get the vanilla and I do get the amber. But yeah, I do think that's why she likes that fragrance now that I'm looking at it. When it comes to the longevity of it, I haven't worn it yet per se, but that's why we're doing a fragrance rotation, right? I can definitely wear it and see what it's working with. When it comes to the longevity of it, I don't smell it when she gets back from work. Sometimes she works 8 to 12 hours, so I'm going to give it maybe the average life of a fragrance mist, which is going to be maybe a good, hour to 4 hours, and then you maybe have to reapply it often. When it comes to projection, it is pretty hit. I mean, it fills up the car. When she gets in the car, I can smell it in the vehicle. So I'm not going to say it's a room filler, but I would say initially from the first couple of sprays, everyone's going to smell it. I'll give it that. But do I like it? Yeah, like I said, it gives me that chamomile scent, and I really like that fragrance, and that's what I think I'm gonna enjoy about this one. As far as the sweet notes, the cherry and the milk, I really don't get. I think that's just in there for, to say, hey, you're gonna smell delicious, because in the back I think it says something. No, it just says deep amber sugar kisses. So I forgot to show you the orientation or the presentation on this, but it's pretty much a straightforward, a plastic bottle with the labeling on the front and back, with the plastic atomizer. And then occasions, she wears this every day, so I would say work. Me personally, if I were to wear this, it would definitely be out of the shower, and that's another thing too. So when she does go to work, she, of course, she's freshly showered, so I can see that working. I would definitely wear this out of the shower, as it's more of a fresh and powdery type, relaxing type scent to me. Now next, we got Armani Code Absolu Gold. That's the presentation on it. Here's the cap. I forgot to show you with the cap on it. This is one of those like twisty caps. If you have anything from the Code line, you already know what I'm talking about. I kind of like the presentation of this, because if you look at it, it's indented on the side, indented on the sides, so you can grip it with your fist, and I think that's pretty cool. Of course, you can see that it has some scratches on it, and it's showing the black inside, or inner layer, I should say. The atomizer is great. You're going to get a lot of juice from this. It is also a metal painted gold atomizer. Like I said, a whole lot of juice, and it's comfortable for my finger as well. Now with this, they have listed in the notes, the top notes is going to be mandarin orange, green apple. The middle notes is iris and saffron, and the base notes are tonka bean, benzoin, gaiac wood, and cedar. Now, if you don't know by now, I've already done a review on this. Go check that out. I've also included this in a couple top 10 lists. Go check them out as well. But yeah, so when it comes to the scent, to me, it's the mandarin orange for me, man. I just love anything with mandarin orange. People give me crap because 1 Million by Paco Rabanne is one of my favorite fragrances. Anything with a mandarin orange, that's just me, man. You do get that that floral note though, like after the mandarin orange kind of fade away, you do get the iris and the saffron. It does become floral, but then it becomes sweet. And these are the type of fragrances I like. So a lot of people don't like the term well blended or complexed, but when I mean well blended, I mean where I can actually pick up everything in here. Like when I look at the notes, I can say, yep, boom, that's what it is. Like I said, off top, you're going to get that green apple mandarin orange sweetness. Then it goes into that floral scent where it kicks in a little bit with the iris and the saffron. Now, it's not the type of iris that gives you a headache. Iris, sage, and rosemary tends to give me a headache. Iris, and this iris here doesn't really. And since it has the saffron as well, I think it kind of balances it out. Also, too, the sweetness you're going to get is in the base notes, which is the tonka bean, benzoin, guaiac wood, and cedar. Now, it really doesn't become woody until the end, and I think that's what all fragrance is to me. If there's woods in the base notes, it's just gonna become a wood fragrance with whatever is in the middle a little bit. The tonka bean is definitely there. Like, I feel like they put a whole lot of tonka in here, man. Like, they removed like the leather and then all the other sweetness from the other code lines and just gave us a whole bunch of tonka. Said, you know what, let's remove the vanilla, let's just load them up with tonka. And I feel like that's what it is. Now, they did list benzoin in here, and I think they listed benzoin because they want you to think it's a form of vanilla or sweetness, but really off top, you're just gonna get that mandarin orange, that green apple, then you're going to get a hint of saffron and iris, and then boom, you're going to get the full-on tonka. And that's what I loved about this fragrance. When it comes to longevity, or when it comes to projection, dude, it's going to fill up an entire room. Don't even trust me. Like, I've worn this in the summer, I've worn this in the spring, and it gets to about 120 degrees in Phoenix, Arizona, as you see on the shirt, and God, you are going to get a headache from it. But the crazy part is when you wear it in the fall and the winter, you won't get a headache from it, and you actually are kind of surprised by the floral notes added here. It becomes real floral in the winter time, where in the spring and summer it's just a full-on tonka bean and mandarin show. You know, you're like, oh wow. But yeah, it's gonna fill up an entire room, y'all. Same thing here, 3 squirts and you're good. Especially on your clothes, you're really not gonna need much. In the fragrance community, people say it's a panty dropper or a lady getter, compliment getter, you know, whatever it may be. I can see that. I haven't really gotten a compliment from wearing this. I will say that if I wore it in the right environment, I would. But like I said, this projection is heavy, man. This is like if you really, really want to stand out somewhere. The longevity all day. Not kidding you guys. I think that's just a trademark of Amber, though, in fragrances, that it just lasts all day. 8 to 12 hours easily. When I mean easily, I mean it can push longer than that, y'all. All day, every day. I would wear this in a situation to, like I said, if you want to get attention, if you want to be noticed. I wouldn't wear it on a date night or anything like that to work. I would literally wear it like going out to the mall, somewhere where you know it's going to be a lot of people, but there's airflow too, where you're not going to choke everybody out. So yeah, so there we go with our fragrance rotation. Our fragrance rotation for this week is going to be Amber, and like I said, it was because I smelt the note everywhere and I could not stand it. But when I looked at my collection, I said, you know what, I kind of like a lot of these fragrances that have amber in it. And then my girl said, you know what, this is my favorite fragrance, and it's amber. I personally chose another amber fragrance, but we can get into that later too. But let me know what you guys think. What are you wearing this week for your fragrance rotation? Are you rocking, you know, anything by Armani? You rocking anything from Victoria's Secret? Anything from Haramain? Let me know. What do you think about amber? Does it annoy you? Do you smell it everywhere? Is it a common scent? Is it a generic scent? Let me know right down in the comments, y'all. And since you made it this far, you already know what time it is. Do what you do because YouTube wants you to do. And that's subscribe because you are a tribe. My vibe attracted you here today, so go ahead and follow through. Make sure you hit that like button because you know YouTube and its algorithm or its audience won't share it unless they see that big thumbs up. And make sure you share this video to any and all social media platforms and to anyone that you think this video can be useful for. And just be blessed, man. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss any new content that gets uploaded. Peace, love, and blessings.